Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
Welcome, everybody, one and all, to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. We are so glad you're joining us today. I'm excited. Mike's excited. I'm your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster. Mr. Mike Shanks is our other co-host. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Woohoo! Well, good early morning, everybody. We are so glad that we're here today because we are going to be discussing The Road to Thor, Love and Thunder. And so since that's coming out in just a couple of weeks, was that 2 weeks? It's July 8th, right?
I think so. I need to get tickets.
Right. Same here. I need to get my tickets. So pretty excited about seeing that because we rewatched Thor Ragnarok. And so we're going to talk about that, plus probably a little bit about the trailer and stuff like that. So that's kind of on the agenda today, except for our new kind of / sort of segment for our shows is really to talk about what kind of things are we into for the week. And we were trying to come up with a name for this, and we're having some difficulties. So our good old friends at Three Geeky Dads are they have a segment called what's want to get this right because what's
got your geek flag flying?
Right,
I can't
and
talk.
So we didn't want to steal from them the same phrase, but we love the concept. So if you guys, anybody out there has an idea of what we could call this segment, I'd love to hear from you. What we could call that, and really it's just an opportunity to talk about what kind of stuff in the geekdom world, what we're into that week. That's kind of outside of our normal prepping for the shows and those kinds of things. So. Anyway, so that's kind of the dealioso with that. And Mike, I'm going to ask you a question. What is it that you are into this week in the geek world?
So this last Sunday was Father's Day, of course, and my wife got me some pretty cool books for Father's Day. She got me 2 of the Deceased series.
Oh yeah.
Turns out she got me volume 2 and volume 3. Of course, she didn't know which ones were which, and of course, none of us did because freaking DC doesn't number these things. and I opened them up, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! I've been wanting to dig into these." And I'm looking at it, I'm like, "But wait a minute, which one do I read first? I don't know what's going on here."
Right, good call. That's how I am. You're right. Yeah.
So I went to our local comic book store, Fantasy Books, which is my preferred to get around here. And because I figured if anyone's going to know, fantasy's going to know, right? So I walk in, and the guy's like,
right.
What? I'm like you. I don't know which one to read first.
Let's
see if we can find this. So he finds it for me, and it turns out that I had volumes 2 and 3. So while I was there, I went ahead and bought volume 1.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Oh yeah, it is amazing. It's for those who can't see, it's Batman, but he's all zombified. And
right. So
I
that I asked you before the show, but I would ask while we're on the show the premise behind Deceased, and you said it's. What did you say? It was really good. It's DC's version of
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
It's kind of their take on The Walking Dead. I mean, it's not like completely ripping off The Walking Dead. Let's face it, zombie stories have been around for decades, hundreds of years, practically. So zombie stories are nothing new. but they've been in the rage for the last, I don't know, decade and a half probably.
Oh, I'd say really when Walking Dead started. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it was already a thing, but
right.
Walking Dead really brought out the whole aspect of zombies.
Sure.
And so, my opinion, it was so popular. Everybody was trying to do zombie stories, like taking novels like World War Z.
Right.
And what else was there? Zombieland. Zombieland.
And really, World War Z, I watched that, and it's okay. It's not bad.
Well, they were haunted by rewrites and reshoots and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It was just okay. It wasn't bad.
But Zombieland.
Angie said Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
I have not seen it. I have not seen that.
Yeah, I don't
actually
think I've seen that one either. Now, oh shoot, oh yeah, Will Smith had had one.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. I really like I Am Legend. I think that's a good one. And then there was the the zombie love story,
Warm Bodies.
Yes, Warm Bodies. Great movie.
I have not seen it. I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Few Romeo and Juliet stories that I like.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. I love it. The funny thing is, it's kind of a love story, and my wife hates this movie, and I love it. And I'm like, what happened here? This is not my forte at all. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. The ending. No, Matt said the ending of I Am Legend sucked. Yeah, well,
I've not seen it. I have seen the quote unquote extended ending or something like that. It was like a YouTube clip. I like watching YouTube clips, and it was like, oh, there's I Am Legend. There was a thing on there.
So anyway, back to Deceased though, which by the way, I love the title. I think the title is very creative. Because Deceased. That's great.
Yeah.
But they put a techno spin on the whole thing. So
on the aspect of how people become zombies.
Yes, on how the virus is spread and everything. And actually, I really like it. I think it's a cool take on the whole zombie virus craze.
Right.
So I know some people might be zombied out at this point.
Yeah,
it has been running for a while now, but if you do enjoy that genre and you enjoy superheroes, I would recommend Deceased. It's so far I've only read issue 1 of it, but I really like how it starts. I think it's a great.
Didn't that come out like 2018 or 2019 or when it began? And is it still running too?
No, it's not running. It's complete. It's done.
It's complete. Okay.
Yeah, which is why all the trade paperbacks are out now. So
right. Oh my gosh, we could almost do a whole zombie show thinking about it, because we were talking about what other shows were there? There was the other Walking Dead one, Fear of the Walking Dead. Was that the next one?
Oh yeah, there's Fear of the Walking Dead.
I heard that snicker, Megan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I started watching Fear, and I really didn't care anything about the characters. I'm like,
gotcha.
Yeah, this sucks. I found myself scrolling on my phone more than I was watching
the show.
Yeah, and then they realized, hey, nobody likes these characters. No one cares when we kill them off. So they started bringing in characters from the original series, which actually did make it better. But even that, I got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I just don't care. So I'm still watching the original Walking Dead. I'm still watching. I'm in for the long haul. I'm gonna complete this series.
Has Cyborg though?
Has Cyborg?
Yeah, the guy who voices.
Oh no! He's still in the original Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's. Oh gosh, no, I can't think of
the guy who voices Cyborg. I'm confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Booyah! Yeah.
From Teen Titans, the show.
And every time I see him on Walking Dead, I go, I want to hear him say Booyah. He never does. Never does. I still would love that.
Kari Payton?
Oh, Derek just commented. Oh yeah, I think I've heard Mark talk about that on you guys' show too. Derek just commented they've got DC's versus vampires right now. I'll probably get into that later, probably when it comes out with the trade paperback.
Yeah.
I'll probably go back and start looking at that. So,
Yeah.
I like
vampires.
I like vampires too. Vampires are cool.
Cool.
So,
Hey, my chat overlays or my chat's not coming up, so I'm going to come out and come back in and see if that fixes it. So I'll be right back.
Okay. So speaking of vampires, since Derek brought that up, there's a fun vampire story that it's several years old now. I think it's probably about 10 years old now. Or the movie is. I think the story is older than that. But there is Abraham Lincoln versus Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Hunter.
Yeah, or Hunter. That's it. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
That was a good movie.
Oh yeah, we went and seen that in the theaters. I thought that movie was fantastic. I loved it.
You have a question.
Goofy as all crazy. Get Out. Oh, we do have a question. Let's see. Do you think Rick Grimes and Michonne will make an appearance in the final stretch of Walking Dead? Do you think their presence will be good or bad for the show? Good question. Rick and Michonne do have an upcoming series, I believe. I know Rick's show has been in the plannings forever. So I think it's supposed to happen after Walking Dead finishes. So yeah, I think they probably will have an appearance in the final episode to kind of have a backdoor premiere to their.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I think that's, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. My biggest question, and this goes into Sage Page Omega. I love the name, by the way. Sage Page Omega. That's great. This kind of goes into Sage Page Omega's question. Would it be good or bad for the show? See, I'm at a point where, it's been so long since Rick's been gone. I almost don't know if I care anymore. That's the problem. So some kind of fantastic preview to really get me interested in this upcoming show. Because at this point, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to finish The Walking Dead and be done with it. So the answer is, I don't know yet. I don't know until that final scene comes on, and then I'll make my judgment. But yeah, I mean, it could be great. It could suck too. I know that's not a great answer, but I'm sorry. That's the best I can do at this moment.
Yep. So yeah. When Derek's saying the book was so much better, is he referencing the?
Wait a minute. What did he say? So much better? So much.
The book.
No.
Much more better.
Right. Much more better.
Much more better. Thanks, Derek. Drinking.
He's talking about Abraham Lincoln, the vampire.
Yeah, when you went out, I brought up Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah.
I have not read the book, Derek, and I think that is a book I should get and read because I actually enjoyed the movie.
Buy the book?
Do what?
Didn't you buy the book?
I did not.
I thought you did.
No, I haven't. I've talked about it in the past.
So,
do you know how many books I got to read?
I know, right?
We're also like absolutely obsessed with that movie when we.
I know, but I have a lot of books to read, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So
the director for Vampire Hunter, Timur something, ever can't pronounce his last name. He did one of my favorite movies, which was Wanted, which was based on a comic book series.
I don't remember if I saw that or not.
So the guy who plays Professor X, the funny thing is I just watched it. I rewatched it this last week.
Professor X, right?
The young Professor X.
Right. Because when you say the guy that played Professor X, that's
not Patrick Stewart,
Patrick
Stewart. Oh my goodness, James McAvoy.
Yeah.
the first movie I really saw him in was Wanted, and it's Angelina Jolie's in it, Morgan Freeman's in it. If you have not seen it and you liked Vampire Hunter, it's the same director. So that director has a certain style to him. Some people like it, some people don't. But I
don't know, just the
enjoyed
names
Wanted.
you're throwing out. I think I got to see this movie.
It's good. It's worth watching. I mean, you probably could find it on. I don't know if you could find it on Tubi or, which I got to thank the Three Geeky Dash for getting me on Tubi. Yeah, there it is. Angie, thank you. Timur. Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that name.
Right. Yeah. Angie says she believes it's on Netflix or Hulu. It was on Hulu. It was on Netflix, but then it disappeared. I watch it like once a year. I just enjoy it. I love assassin movies. And so it's a really good one. But Timur Bekmambetov or whatever. I'm so sorry for butchering your last name. I wish I knew how to say it.
Don't worry, I don't think he's listening to the podcast.
Right. Right. Angie says I wish they would do a sequel because they set it up so well. Yeah, but if you guys haven't seen it, I want to be careful about it. So yeah, but she's right.
Okay, M'Baku. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, no spoilers. Yeah,
like one of the characters. Okay, I was gonna say that's one of the characters.
Yeah, Common. Common is in it. That was one of his earlier roles.
Okay.
Yeah, you've heard that before because it's one of the
right. It's one of Black Panther. That's right. I say he goes with M'Baku. I like that.
Okay, so Vampire Hunter book. We should. Derek's saying you should read it. The book was better than the movie.
For the recommendation, Derek. I'll have to check that out when I get time.
Right.
Okay. Anything that you wanted to talk about before we?
Well, I talk about Wanted because I just watched it this last week. I love assassin movies. I'm like, oh, we'll stick with that. That was good because I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, it is worth seeing. I have not read the comic books. I am aware that the comic books were different. It was really the source material, but some people really like the comics. There's more characters in the comics, evidently, and
Walking Dead did that too.
Really, same thing.
I read the entire series of Walking Dead.
Yeah,
and the comic book is really good. I like it.
So the premise of the film, for those who haven't seen it, and if you like assassin movies, James McAvoy plays this guy who's like an accountant who is just in a cubicle farm, working, and he deals with anxiety and stuff. Chris Pratt is in it, one of his earlier roles. And he ends up, there's some people after him and he doesn't know what's going on. And then he finds out there's this fraternal order of assassins. His dad was murdered by this guy. And so they're after this guy they're training, because his dad was one of their best assassins. They're training him to be an assassin to join the fraternal order, kind of a thing. And it's a guy who goes with just anxiety and feels like his life is going nowhere. And it's kind of this whole huge character arc for him, kind of finding himself.
Right.
But there's some great twists in it, great action sequences. You got to go beyond it. It is a comic book film. It is an assassin beyond reality. Realistically, it's where they introduce the whole concept of people bending bullets, kind of a thing, or they could get bullets to curve and stuff.
Oh no!
It's
just
a small part of it.
About Matrix. That was one of the things that turned me off of the Matrix.
Yeah, this one's done differently. So it's not quite the same as what Matrix did, but I probably Matrix got some ideas. Well, what Matrix was 99. No, Wanted was after. I think it was 2005 or 2008 or something like that, I think.
Just tell me they don't do the whole slow motion fighting like they do it in Matrix, because I hate that too.
kind of, sort of, but not the same, because there's this concept of kind of slowing down time, but not slowing. They're not slowing down time. They just do it visually in the aspect of talking about focus, if that makes sense. He's focusing on something. So, 2008. Thanks, Angie. 2008 for Wanted. So,
all right, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You had me till you started doing all the Matrix stuff, and then I'm like, I don't know.
It's not Matrixy. Angie, would you say it's Matrixy? Is it kind of like the Matrix? She's seen it. She likes it. You should watch it. See, 2 out of 4 people on the show.
The same.
That's true too.
Here she comes.
Oh, she's popping in. Hey, Angie.
Think of RDJ and Sherlock. You know how it gets to a point where he's like hyper focused and it kind of slows down when you're seeing from his perspective and how he's fighting. Remember that in the first one?
That's the first one, the beginning of the first one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Think of that. That's kind of how it goes. Not so much Matrixy as in Robert Downey whenever he's boxing and it shows from his perspective and he's like calculating, except they don't show like the calculating part, and he'll like see like, oh, they're coming from this end, and so he'll duck and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that's kind of what I
do. That's a good analogy.
I remember we actually own both the Sherlock films with RDJ. And I like them, but I always look at them going, yeah, he's not really Sherlock though, but right. I know that's not where you're going with this discussion. Right. So, I don't know. I'll when I get time, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Angie. All right. Well, Sage Page Omega is back. Have you heard of Vampire Hunter D series?
I have not.
It's a manga series, isn't it? Or manga. I don't know how you say it. What's that, Megan? What's the right way to say it?
Megan.
Manga. Sorry. That's my southern accent coming up. Manga. I watched that there manga with my sweet tea. If not full of vampire movies or novels,
we have
I would recommend.
Japanese listeners, they are cringing right now. Sorry.
Doing my terrible southern accent. I so apologize and stuff. So yeah. Angie says it's awesome.
Oh. I have not. I'm not into manga really. So
is it on Crunchyroll? I wonder if it's on Crunchyroll. My son Jack loves manga. Angie said she read the first issue. So, oh man, dude, it's 23 minutes in. We haven't even got to our core stuff yet.
I know.
That's all right.
It's okay.
That's all right. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. We are here to talk about Thor Ragnarok, but it's part of our whole thing. We thought, well, we've done these road to such and such, different things in the past and multiverse of madness and so we thought Mike was like, well, hey, we should rewatch Thor Ragnarok to kind of help us.
Take credit for that. Megan came up with that idea.
That was Megan's idea. Right on, Megan. Thank you. What a great idea.
If I take credit for that, when we finish this podcast, she's going to go, Dad, it was my idea.
No, credit where credit's due.
Right.
So we rewatched Thor Ragnarok and thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about that. And we did watch the trailer. Well, there's been a couple of trailers and clips that have come out for Thor Love and Thunder. So we thought we'd talk briefly about that as well. And get everybody's input and your thoughts about Thor and this new Thor movie as well. So first we'll start off with Thor Ragnarok and give our review of that, because we started the podcast just over a year ago. That's crazy, right? Over 100 some odd episodes later.
we are recording 119 right now.
This is 119 today. Wow.
19.
Wow.
Angie, I like Angie. I hadn't even thought of the scale yet, and Angie, that's perfect.
Mew mew.
Millionaire. We'll just say hammers. Thor's hammers. Yeah, I can't say the name of it.
Milner.
Milner.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say it like
Mjolnir.
10 times to
Or-
keep it in my head, though.
One of the things is to call it Jonathan, I think. I don't know where that one came from.
I've never heard that before. Okay, all right. Oh, thank you. Derek said, "Congrats, guys."
Yeah, thanks. So here's the dealioso. I will say, for out of 10 Mjolnirs, I would give it a good solid 8.5 out of 10
You always
Mjolnirs.
gotta give a 0.5.
Right? I always have to. Oh,
you
Troy,
can never give a straight one.
I know, right? Troy says 10. He just
10?
motioned over. He would give it 10 out of 10.
Oh
And,
wow, Andy said 0.5. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, dang, she really didn't like this. Just the handle.
Just the handle. Derek.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Derek, you really didn't like this movie? Wow. Okay.
That's funny.
That's
funny. So no, here's what I loved. I loved the beginning where he's fighting the big whatchamacallum. I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Just say demon.
The demon there. And then I love the end.
You don't
and
like
then I
happened between.
No. I enjoyed the fight with Hulk. But the rest of the stuff on the trash planet was, all right, whatever. It's plot, but no. I did enjoy Hela. I thought that was a great villain. I thought Kate Blanchett, who, I know Kate Blanchett from when she was doing all the Lord of the Rings movies, and even The Hobbit, when she was in the Hobbit movies, and there's a scene in, I think it's in the first one. It's in the first one where Frodo's going to give her the ring. Will you take it? I don't want it. And she goes, I'd be a queen of darkness, kind of thing. It's like, ooh, that's scary. Well, that's what she became really in.
That's what she became, Ella.
in Thor Ragnarok, right? Yeah. And so anyway, so I enjoyed it overall. I love their music choice for the beginning and the end, and I think that's why I really enjoy it.
Oh, by the way, Derek corrected me. He says 10 for him. So.
10 for him. No,
I thought when he was
5 would be the handle.
The handle. I thought that was his score, which would have been funny. That would have been great. Actually,
would have been right.
But actually, I'm glad to see he gave it a 10. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. So it was good. It's a fun movie. It really is. It is a good popcorn munching movie.
I agree with that.
Can I say stuff?
Yeah.
Sure, Megan, go ahead.
It's definitely my favorite. I didn't get to rewatch it because they started watching it before I got off work.
Well, it's not my fault. I didn't know what time you were coming home.
But I do know that it's my favorite of the Thor movies so far. However, I get annoyed with it, and that's because I like actual Norse mythology. And they screwed up with Fenrir and Hel, because her name's not Hela.
Okay, but you got to remember, Marvel isn't reproducing
the actual myth.
He actually has his wife.
Yeah, but they're still not reproducing the actual mythology. They're creating their own and using that as a launch pad is what they're doing.
It just bothers me.
I mean, Zeus is going to be in the next movie.
It just bothers me because Hela is Loki's daughter, and this she's his sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's all right. I like it. Well, but again, in all fairness, the Norse mythology, that's what that is. Zeus is the Greek mythology, which is going to be interesting to see how they mix it in the other. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I understand Marvel does steal a lot of mythology for launching pads. So I agree with you, Mike, on that one. But I also understand, Megan, a certain affinity to the source material, which by the way, Neil Gaiman has a book on Norse mythology that's really good.
Oh, okay.
And if you get the audiobook, he's reading it. So
cool.
then Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I love myth. I love myth stories. Greek mythology, I've had books on. I took a course on it. Norse mythology, I got Neil Gaiman's book on it and stuff. So yeah, love those stories.
My turn.
It is your turn, my friend. Go for it.
Are you going to stop talking?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking. Anyway, I will give this 9 Milnors. Milnors, Jonathans, or Hammers, however you want to call it. I'll give it 9. This is my favorite Thor so far. Haven't seen Love and Thunder. I got mixed feelings about Love and Thunder, but we'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy Ragnarok. I think it's a great movie. I like Thor in it. Thor's great. I like Hela. I think she was a great character. Loki's pretty much awesome in everything he's been in. So, Loki was great.
Oh.
I love the Hulk in this. In fact, we got to see a little more of Hulk the way I like Hulk, as big, green, mean, and dumb. That's how I prefer my Hulk,
Really?
Yeah, really. I want him big, mean, green, angry, and dumb. That's the way I want Hulk. Now, I do have some issues, but this has just been a problem through Marvel MCU in general with when it comes to the Hulk. That it's something that they don't seem to do correctly, but we'll get into that. So, but for the most part, I really enjoy it. I thought the story was good. Yeah. So I'm going to go with a 9 on this. I really like it.
Okay. Very nice.
Derek said, I'm with you, Michael.
I have agreement.
You what?
I have.
You have an agreement.
Excuse me.
Read comment.
Oh, okay. Well, there is still a possibility they may fix that. Now with the multiverse opening, perhaps in one Asgard variance, they stay true to the lore, whereas this Asgard, they did not. But I agree with the lady who spoke.
Haha, thanks, Sage Page Omega.
Yes, thank you, Sage Page Omega.
Right. And then Derek agreed with you. So that was about the lore. But Derek agreed with you about what was it? Your Thor. Or I mean your Hulk. Your Hulk being big, green, and strong and dumb.
Yep.
And all.
It's the way I prefer Hulk.
That is the Hulk.
I mean, come on. That's why you read or watch Hulk. No one cares about Banner.
Derek said, "Yeah, Professor Hulk is lame."
Derek, actually, I think it's interesting you bring that up. Now, in the comic books, I think Professor Hulk was done much, much more better.
Oh,
cheers!
Drinking again. Cheers, everybody.
I liked him better in the comic books than I have in the movies. So far in the movies, I don't think they do him. I don't think they do him justice.
Okay.
Of course, now I also enjoyed Joe Fixit version of Hulk. So if you don't know your Hulk, there was a version of Hulk who basically, he always stays in Hulk form, but he's the gray Hulk. He's not the green Hulk. He's not quite as angry as the Green Hulk. He has a little more intelligence, but he's not Banner intelligent, and he's more like a gangster, which I thought was very,
unique.
It was unique for Marvel comic books. It was an interesting run they had done on the Hulk. And I know it wasn't the most popular version of the Hulk, but it was fun. It was a good run. I suggest looking those up. Look up Joe Fixit and check him out.
Is there also Red Hulk too? How many different Hulks are there?
Oh my gosh. I've lost count now. But yes, there's Red Hulk, there's Red She-Hulk, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. I do like in this movie Thor Ragnarok that it's almost like not quite a buddy cop film. Not really, but you still get the banter back and forth between Hulk and Thor, which was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the fight sequence where he introduces him, he's like, yeah, he's a work friend, we're friends from work.
That is
Like,
one of my favorite scenes. I love that. You're embarrassing me in front of the crowd.
Right.
You were my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek said Red Hulk is Ross. What? That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Red She-Hulk is Betty.
Spoiler
alert! I didn't know that.
I got a feeling we're going to get into some more Hulk talk in the next couple months. So,
okay. Roger, there's Hulk Hogan.
She-Hulk's coming. There's Hulk Hogan.
By the way, I was telling Kelly last night. I said that Chris Hemsworth has been beefing up because he's going to play Hulk Hogan in the biopic coming up.
Really?
Yeah. So Thor is going to be Hulk Hogan.
Hulk. Interesting. That's an interesting take. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'll have to wait
crazy.
for the preview on that one.
Yeah, but he's been beefing up. I mean, he's already pretty beefy to play Thor, but he's really been beefing up for the Hulk Hogan movie. So yeah. All right. So yeah, okay. What are your favorite parts in the movie? What were your favorite parts in Thor Ragnarok?
Favorite parts is definitely the fight scene, the gladiator fight scene.
Gladiator scene.
Thor. That's hands down one of my favorite scenes. Love the opening when Thor is in chains talking to the demon. That's freaking hilarious. Right? Wait, hold on. I swear I'm not doing this. It's just doing it by itself.
He's swinging on the chain.
Yeah,
that was funny. Right?
Here's
the villain monologue.
Right. Wait. Stop your monologue. Hold on. Because I need to be facing you. Hilarious. Love that.
Yeah.
That was great. I love the banter between Hulk and Thor. I think it's fantastic. And what else stood out to me in this?
Get help.
Oh yeah. Get help.
Oh,
great.
Oh yeah.
No, we're not doing Get Help. I hate Get Help.
Second later.
That was so funny. Love it. And Jeff Goldblum was great in this too.
He was good.
I pretty much like Jeff Goldblum in most everything I've seen him.
Well, normally it's Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum.
True. This is very true.
Sage Page Omega says the destruction of Mjolnir was epic. Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Epic. Not because of the raw power of Hela, but because of the fear embodied by Thor. Love that whole scene.
Yeah. That great moment between him and Odin, and Odin basically telling him, you really don't need the hammer.
Great character development in the film.
Power is always within you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You always had the power to go home.
I
remember like that reference.
I remember the first time I saw that scene where she comes in and Hela destroys the hammer, and I'm like, what did they just do? Kind of a thing. And I was just amazed. Now, that's something I want to kind of preview. Maybe we should talk about a little bit. Is all of a sudden the big reveal in the trailer of Love and Thunder was you see Jane Foster. I thought that was kind of cute.
Right, that was pretty
good. But she's got Mjolnir. It looks like it's been super glued together or gorilla glued together.
No, there is a I don't know how they call it. There's like this Japanese technique for when a vase breaks and them putting the vase back together. I look at that more like that Japanese technique. That's what I think of when I see that.
I gotcha. Yeah. And just so you know,
I have no idea if that's where they went with that, but
yeah, I don't know. But just to say, down south we call it a vase. Not a vase. I'm just kidding.
Well, I was trying to use anyway.
No. I'm just teasing you because that was one of the words when I moved to the Midwest that I was like, a what? Oh
No,
gosh.
we say vase too. It's just I was trained to be, anyway.
I'm probably
I
not
got you.
saying it right, but kintsugi.
Is that what they
That's
call
what. Yeah.
the technique, kintsugi?
Oh, cool. Okay.
Whatever.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you, Megan.
Work.
Yep. Derek says Thor has one of the best character arcs in the entire MCU, starting off as the cocky, arrogant prince in the first Thor, following through with the relationships with his brother, the question of whether he's worthy or not, the Thanos failure. Totally
great representation of depression and self-image. That's a great comment, Derek. I like that. Very good. Yes, I think Thor probably has one of the best character arcs in the MCU. I agree with that. And the funny thing is, I was never interested in Thor before the movies. I had no interest in
really.
comic books. I could care less about Thor. When the movies came out, I really enjoyed them. So, I still haven't really read any Thor books. I might, I don't know. We'll look at that. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this character through the films. They've done a very good job at that.
Yeah, no, thanks for saying that. I felt that way when I saw the Comic-Con reveal that Jane Foster was going to come in and be Thor.
I've had mixed feelings on it.
Yeah. And Megan, were you going to say something?
I just said Lady Thor.
Lady Thor.
Lady Thor, thank you.
I know that there has been Lady Thor in the comic books. It has happened in the comics, so it's not like they're stretching too far away from the comic books.
Right.
My question was, are they going to replace him with her? I don't know how I feel about that. Because I like him so much as Thor. I don't know if I want him replaced. But then again, it also depends on, is Chris Hemsworth willing to go forward with the MCU? Is this his time to bow out? We have those questions. We have we have the issue of ongoing aging. Everyone's aging and getting older. Although I think Chris still looks great, so I think he can play the part for a while still. So we have all those issues coming up, and I've heard rumors both ways. I've heard rumors that she is going to be the new Thor, but then I've also heard rumors that no, it's just basically for this film. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm open.
When they showed the trailer, when we got the trailer, I was like, okay, we've got Thor, and it looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in it.
Yeah.
We get the Valkyrie lady back, which I really enjoy her character. She gets introduced in Ragnarok, and I thought it was really good to see her character arc. So I was like, okay, this is not just a Lady Thor film as much as it is another a gathering of a bunch of heroes together.
Sure.
And stuff.
Well, I mean, are we done? Are we moving into Thor: Love and Thunder? Or are we?
No, sorry. Okay. Sorry, we got on the whole topic of Mjolnir, and then we get to see it come back again in the trailer. So you're correct. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, I got some things to say about the trailer,
we got Mjolnir back in.
Yeah, the Mjolnir, the hammer has come back.
Yeah, because Cap uses it, and
right, because that's the moment when Thor is like, "Yes, I knew it."
Oh, right. In Infinity, oh man, Infinity War Part 2.
Yeah,
in game. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun to say.
Yes.
So speaking of Thor, both the original and the remade of Adventures in Babysitting, the kid that's being babysat is obsessed with Thor.
Right.
I just thought that was fun. I just thought that was a fun
connection. I always did enjoy that scene when they come across the mechanic, and he's just got the long blonde hair, and he's built, kind of like Thor, and then he's holding the hammer, and the kid's just like, oh, it's Thor. Yeah, that's an amazing scene. I don't remember watching the remake.
I don't think you did. I think I'm the only one that watched it.
Yeah, I don't think I wanted to watch it.
I didn't even know there was a remake. So
I really liked it.
Yeah, I like the
I've-
original.
I've watched
The
both
original's a
of
great
them.
movie. It really is. Excellent 80s movie, by the way. we should do that sometime too. Our favorite 80s films. That would be a fun episode.
right.
Dishes are done, man. Yep, exactly.
That's funny.
Excellent line.
So the what else did you like about the Thor Ragnarok? Where's other stuff that you really enjoyed about it?
I mean, those were the main things. You know, the close to opening scene with Thor spinning around, Thor's arena scene, Thor and Hulk's arena scene, the banter between Hulk and and I like Valkyrie a lot. She's really good. She was a great introduction of a character. I liked her backstory, who she was. I thought that was interesting. And I think it'd be cool to see her return in Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, those are my main things. The fight is just great, though. That whole
the Coliseum fight,
yes,
the gladiator fight,
gladiator
it's
fight,
really good. It really is good.
So much
Yeah,
such a fun.
yeah. I loved one of my other favorite fights was there with Hela. That whole ending battle sequence, and then him losing his eye, which was just like, what? You know, he left his eye,
Oh, yeah,
lost
yeah.
his eye.
Oh, and when Hela says, "Now you look like Dad,"
Right? Yeah. It's
that
like,
was pretty
"Ooh,
good.
burn," kind of a thing. And then when he realizes that, his Thor's dad Odin tells him the hammer was just to help you focus your power.
Right. I also like the scene where she goes in and looks at the top of the cathedral or whatever, and she sees the mural, and it kind of has the story of Odin and Thor and Loki and all that. And then she busts it, and then underneath is her story with Odin. I thought that was pretty cool. And I loved how she said, "Yep, that's our father covering up the truth." I was like, "Ooh, good line." Really
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
So
Yeah, it was good. And then the battle sequence right after that where he's got his power and then they kick in the music. Whoa! Kind of a thing. And I was like,
Led Zeppelin, Hammer of the Gods.
Yeah. And then he's epic scene. It was almost like seeing a reverse of the Batman the Dark Knight lightning scene, but here comes Thor coming down with the lightning and like, kick some butt.
I liked it when Jeff Goldblum has him in the chair and he's asking him, "What's your name?" "I'm the God of Thunder." "Oh, what's that? You're Lord of Thunder?" "Not Lord, I'm God of Thunder."
Right.
He's like, "Well, what can the Lord of Thunder do?" And then he gets just a little bit of lightning from his fingertips, and he's like, "Ooh, intimidating." Absolutely love it.
Right. It sparkles from your hands.
Derek has a good point.
Oh,
Derek
gosh.
says it took him 3 movies to finally use that song. Okay.
Right.
You remember my friend Jason, right, Steven?
Yeah.
When we were teenagers. Jason and I used to joke around about that song because you have the scream from
Crazy Train?
No. I'm trying to think of the lead singer. Robert Plant. Robert Plant's the lead singer of Led Zeppelin. Anyway, you have the scream, the and we always joked that when Led Zeppelin goes in the studio to record that, they could never quite get the scream right. And then one day, Robert Plant's getting out of the car to come into the studio, and somebody accidentally slams the door on his hand, and that's when he gets the ah. So every time they have to perform it in concert, they got to have a door. They had a car door on stage and slam his hand in it to get the
Just to get
screen
that
right.
high note right. All right, that's funny.
Plant's like, I hate this song.
Yep. Angie, I want to talk about Angie's favorite part. When Scourge says, "I want you to introduce you to my friends Des and Troy, because together they make Destroy." When he,
Oh, that was
he's
awesome.
talking about his stuff. Yeah, then he uses them at the end. It was pretty good, and that was Carl Urban. I was kind of excited
Scourge.
to see him. It was Scourge, yeah. Let's see, and then Sage Page Omega says, get this up here. It's funny you mentioned the scene Thor and the music. My question is, where was all that power when fighting Thanos? Why did he need Stormbreaker when he literally went crazy against Tela and her army in the moment before?
Oh, good point.
Great question. My first thought would be, at the end, one of the end credit scenes of Thor Ragnarok is when Thanos' ship comes, and just as the Hulk goes all wimpyfied, which I did not like at all, did not like it at all. But then I thought, well, Thor had to redeal with his fear of kind of what occurred. Maybe that's my best guess. And why did he need Stormbreaker? Yeah, it's fair. That's a fair question. Plot point to give it plot.
Right. Good question. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a Avengers Endgame episode.
Infinity War / Endgame.
Yeah. Because again, that was before we started our podcast. So
yeah, maybe that's a good question.
Fun to go back and relook at those and such.
Yeah. Oh, Derek gives an answer. Thanks, Derek. Derek says, they really had to force a bunch of things that were silly just so that wouldn't be too easy to defeat Thanos, because in actuality it would have been. Good call. Yeah. Plot points.
You got to make Thanos all powerful and everything. So find a reason to make Hulk weak.
And take Captain Marvel out of the equation. Yeah.
I had a great theory on Hulk being weak in that, and I think my theory was better than what they did. So
well, let me hear your theory, and then we can say, yes, that was much more better.
My theory was that Hulk wasn't Hulk. It was actually Loki. And because we thought Loki was dead at that point. And my thing is, Loki runs around disguising himself. I mean, heck, he did it in this movie. He disguised himself as Odin, right? When everyone thought he was dead, right? So I thought he did the same thing in Endgame. I thought he disguised himself as Hulk or as Banner. And personally, I felt like he was acting more like Loki, like the scared Loki.
I like that better too.
I do too. That's what they should have done.
But that's also 'cause I like Loki and I don't accept him being dead.
Well, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Right.
I like Loki too. Oki.
Well, everybody, we're going to do a new series. Derek just entitled it called Michael Retcon. That was good.
Add when I have better ideas than the Marvel writers.
Well, I love Korg. I love the character Korg,
great.
Which was Taika Waititi, who directed this episode.
Yes, he did.
Not episode,
movie.
I'm sorry, movie. That's true. Sorry, my brain went to other things too.
You went to Mandalorian.
I think I did. I think I did. Yes. So, but then also, if you don't know who Taika Waititi is, he was in Free Guy. He played the big bad head of the tech company, which there's some parallel between their style. What?
Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Well, you could hear a little bit of the same style and banter with Korg and with the.
I have to go rewatch Free Guy.
He's also IG-11 in Mandalorian.
That's right.
Huh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's the voice of IG-11.
The voice of IG. Yeah. Okay, let's
Wait. You have Korg and his who was the last one that fought the Grandmaster's champion? Oh, that would be him. His name is Doug. He's dead now. Well, I'm going to take on the champion. Oh, nice to meet you. Bye, Doug. Bye, new
Doug. You're right.
Now that you told me that, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Bye, new Doug.
So based upon all this other stuff, let's move into, because man, we're already 55 minutes in. This is fun. Love and Thunder. What's your expectations of Love and Thunder? What do you think about it?
Okay, so first few trailers I saw Love and Thunder, my my thoughts were meh.
Okay.
I don't know. I do not like Asgard being a tourist attraction. I hate that idea. We'll see how it plays out in the film. But that is just like, really, we're going to turn it into a tourist trap. I don't like this idea. That sucks. And I know the MCU is filled with bits of comedy and stuff like that to break up the fighting and that kind of thing. And I like it. I get it. I enjoy it. But when the first trailer, it seemed like, well, is that what this entire film is going to be? Is there not going to be any action in this? I mean, come on. But now this latest trailer, oh yeah, now you got my interest peaked because they bring in the bad guy. The bad guy is none other than Christian Bale,
right?
As we all know, Batman. I'm not wearing hockey pads,
right?
Yeah, he looks great.
He looks really good.
I'm intrigued, and I'm looking forward to that. So that got me more interested in this film. When I saw him and saw that he is, I forget what his name is, but basically he's a god killer, and he's looking to kill all the gods. So he's going after Thor now, and yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm on board now. You got the makings for a good story here. Let's keep
a good villain. We've got a good villain.
You got a good villain, and you could get a really good story out of an interesting story out of this. What is it?
Gore.
Gore. Gore. Yeah.
Butcher.
Yep. The God
Gore, the God Butcher. Yeah, it looks like really good. I'm intrigued to see how we've got a good, powerful villain. And then it looks like we'll have all these like mini tension points. Like, okay, there's this moment that you've got at Asgard, this weird whatever's going on with Asgard. Then you've got,
as Jeff Goldblum says, Asgard.
Right?
Yeah, that was great. What is this place, Asgard?
Right.
Which did tie into having to go into the devil's anus, by the way.
Right. Right. I didn't know it was called that. I just picked the big one.
Well, you would think the devil's anus would be a big one. Sorry.
Yeah,
that just popped in my head, so I had to share that one.
Then it seems like there's this, I guess they introduced the whole God Butcher character because then they're trying to help defend this planet, or it's after he's been there, or because there's a clip out there where there's these people in the Guardians of the Galaxy are there, and he's trying to, I guess they make mention that their god was killed, or their gods were killed, or something like that. So
sorry, I was just laughing at Derek's response in the chat. Derek was commenting to Angie. Here, hold on. He says, "You mean Christian Bale is Uncle Fester?" Okay, I'll give you that. I get his look. His look either kind of looks a little bit like Uncle Fester, or even more like Death from Bill and Ted 2, the second Bill and Ted movie. We just gave Death a wedgie. Stop it, Derek. I really want to like Christian Bale as this villain. Cut it out.
Yeah, I can't unsee that now. Now when I watch the movie, it's going to be Uncle. Why is Uncle Fester up there?
I'm going to see death now. Maybe Thor will give him a wedgie.
Right.
That's awesome. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. Moment's gone. I forgot what we were saying. I was saying so.
I completely derailed you. We had a couple penguins slide off the iceberg there.
Squirrel.
Oh my gosh.
So, what's the
oh gosh. Now Sage Page Omega's getting into it, and she says Voldemort.
Voldemort Gollum had a child, and it would be Gore.
Yep, I'm Melvin. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right, let's move forward. Let's get off this topic. Sorry.
That's all right. So what about the trailer? Your other predictions about the film?
I don't really have any predictions per se, because again, I don't know anything about the story. Because I know this is a comic book story. They've had a comic book version of this story, but I've never read it. So, like I said, I've never read any Thor comic books, so I don't have any predictions. I'm just hoping that Gore is a really good adversary to Thor. Gore, Thor, Core. My gosh.
Right.
It's starting to sound like a Dr. Seuss book now.
What did you mentioned earlier? Who's playing Zeus? You said Zeus was in this one.
You said it so well and then didn't even do it.
What did I do?
Your rhyming thing.
Thor, Core, Gore.
Yeah, what's the other tagline?
Oh, a mouse in a house, or
no.
What?
You and your it's like poetry.
Oh, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Oh, the names rhyme. I got you.
You're right.
So who is it that's playing Zeus? You were talking about Zeus before. That's Gladiator. Yeah, Derek. Thank you. Russell Crowe is playing Zeus.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure who was playing him.
I'm kind of excited about seeing that. I mean, I like Russell Crowe and stuff that he's in and all. Yeah, Jor-El.
I do have one prediction about Zeus. I don't think he's going to be in it long. Because I think Gore. I think Gore's going to kill him pretty quick.
No. I don't think so.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah. No. We're going to see. We're going to see him kill kind of unknown gods, but we're not going to see.
Going to stick with. He's going to kill Zeus.
Right.
And I have a couple things to say about that, Steven. I will say Wanda Maximoff, and I will say Reva.
Everybody, what he's referencing is he said that Wanda would become the bad guy, and I said no. And then also we said that Reva was going to get a redemption arc, and I said no way.
And what was your response afterwards?
I'm not saying it now. If you want to hear it, everybody, you can go back and listen to this podcast. But I'm not saying.
Right, that's right. You'll be saying
you were right. We'll
be saying it when we do our Love and Thunder episode.
I already said it, but Love and Thunder, nah, he's not going to kill Zeus. No,
okay. No. All I got to say is you said the same thing about Wanda, and you said the same thing about Reva, and you were wrong.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Who was right? Let me hear you.
You were right about those. You were right about those. No. Russell has a track record. Oh, wait. Derek said, well, wait a minute. Now I got to follow up. Okay, everybody, I'm going to look at the chats here real quick. Angie says, I predict Jane and Thor will team up and Thor will pass down the mantle. Oh, boy, I hope not. But that's a possibility. Derek says, the real question is, are they going to have a cameo by Hercules because he is a Marvel character?
Oh, that would be interesting. I'd like that.
That would be interesting. And Angie says Russell has a track record. Derek like says like Sean Bean. Oh gosh.
Track record of dying. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
You asked for prediction. There's my prediction.
I did ask for it. Yep, you're correct. Yes.
He's going to die, and he's going to die very early in the film. Because honestly, they don't need him for long. You know, they just kind of need him for whatever this thing with him
Gore,
being
the God Butcher.
Well, yeah. Well, they need Gore to establish himself as the God Butcher, and what better way than kill Zeus?
Take out Russell Crowe.
Sage Page Omega's trying to help you, Steven.
Yeah, thank you. Sage Page said technically Wanda was pissed off mother. LOL. According to Professor X, the threat was Stephen Strange. LOL. Fair enough.
We found out that wasn't true at all. Watch the film. Wanda is the big bad. So
yeah, there he goes. He's defending his position again. Thanks for the
right. I'm going to defend my position.
Thanks for the help, Sage Page.
Threat to that like
only
separate universe.
Only the Doctor Strange of the one universe. Well, he was the only one that was really the threat.
Well, no, I mean like because the point that they made with him being the threat was that him being there causes an incursion. Yeah. So I mean, technically, they're both a threat.
But he's not the one that was behind it all. She was.
Didn't say he was.
So again, I'm right. I'm not letting go of this. I refuse. I am holding on tight to this one.
I believe you're onto something there.
Sorry. Nope. Won't let go.
Okay. That's okay. Well, I hope they don't pass down the mantle, because while I don't like the idea of now having Jane Foster as Thor. I don't think she brings. I don't know how to say it. I just wouldn't be interested in watching it. Some people may be. More power to you, and that's totally fine. Angie, I think you're probably right. Angie says they're trying to retire the originals. Fair enough. I mean, they got rid of Wanda. They killed her off. Spoiler alert, everybody. They killed her. She took her.
I don't think Wanda's dead. I don't think she's dead.
I think our 616 or 313 or whatever goofy multiverse number it was, the main or the one we've been following.
I don't think she's dead. I think you're going to find out she'll be back. She's coming back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sam is new Cap. But now, Angela says they're trying to, they're replacing all the originals, but Sam is an original too. So there's something to be said about that. Jane will be the new Thor, and they're having the She-Hulk. So I agree with you. You're right. They seem to be doing that, but it doesn't mean you have to replace every single one of them. Getting an upgrade. I don't know if I'd call it an upgrade.
Who's getting an upgrade?
She's saying that the Avengers is getting an upgrade. I'm not sure I call it.
I don't know.
Team than I call it an upgrade. Sorry.
I do like the concept of, as you were saying, they're really setting up for young Avengers.
Yeah.
And that sounds good. I like that. Sam turning into Cap is an upgrade.
I don't know if I agree with that either. Personally, I wanted Bucky to turn into Cap, but I don't have a problem with Sam. I think Sam's good. I would have liked to seen Bucky carry on the mantle. I think that would have been cool.
And they both have comics.
Yeah, exactly.
But Bucky was first.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. We're like caught up trying to watch everybody's chats,
comments in the chat
coming in, and I love it. Derek says pretty much did replace everybody a few years back. Female Thor, he says later that he meant Thor. Sam as Cap, Cho as Hulk, and Riri Williams as Ironheart.
And they are doing Ironheart. That is coming.
Interesting. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Again,
I didn't realize the whole Ironheart thing. Cool.
That is known as the Young Avengers, though. I mean, they are known as the Young Avengers, if I remember correctly. Buck is White Wolf. That character I don't know it at all. And Amadeus Cho. Who's Amadeus Cho?
Cho.
I don't know. See Amadeus, and then first thing that pops in my head.
Is that She-Hulk? No, I can't remember who she was. No.
First thing that pops in my head when I see Amadeus is "Rock Me, Amadeus, Amadeus."
Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. I think we've done more singing in this episode than we have ever done.
No, we had another episode. What, Megan?
I said, there you go. There's your musical episode.
Right. Yeah.
Where we did some too.
Everybody's got a musical episode. Everybody's got a water buffalo music episode.
Oh my gosh. Joe is super smart. Okay, wait a minute.
Here, there you go. Thanks.
Joe is super smart Asian kid, son of Doctor Who. Helps him create vision in the movies. Becomes the Hulk. Sorry, I'm having troubles reading because I'm starting to see spots, which is an issue for me.
You got some floaters or cataracts?
No, it's migraines. It's
oh no,
end of a migraine. I can tell you that right now. So I'm looking at the screen, and all I see a big
light visual migraine going on. I know what you're talking about. The shimmers. Okay, we'll wrap up though because we've already gone an hour and 11. So
it's been good discussion though.
It is a good discussion. Good discussion. Yeah, with what's coming next. So here we are. It's supposed to be talking about Road to Love and Thunder, and now we're going, well, really? Is it a road to Young Avengers?
Yeah, it did kind of veer off. But I mean, Thor plays a big part of the Avengers, so
he does, and it's been great. So yeah. Oh god.
I guess it still sticks with the theme of what we chose. So
yeah. Absolutely.
It's all part of that same path. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That works. Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh man. Good interactions, everybody. Thank you.
Yes.
Good interactions.
Very much for the comments, guys. We really, really appreciate this. It is something that when Steve and I started going live, we weren't sure how it would work out, and it really is fun when you guys come in and chime in and give us other things to talk about as we go along. Sometimes we get on the conversation and just completely veer off of what we started, but I mean, it's fun. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you. So keep them rolling. Definitely.
Yeah. We should do like a Q&A episode one time. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, we could do that.
And yeah, sometimes that penguin goes for a dip.
Sure does. Sure does.
All right.
Questions?
Do what?
What?
Just you mentioned the Q&A and Angie's response to it.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah, everybody ask Mike some questions about comics because he's my go-to guy, or Star Wars, mostly Star Wars.
Yeah, well, I'm more DC, and I'm not. That's the problem.
Or Batman. Good call, Angie. Or Batman. Go-to guy on Batman.
If we're gonna do a Q&A on Batman, we're probably gonna have to invite Derek because Derek's a huge Batman fan, and he's
Derek, would
he's
you
got
be
a
able
lot
to
of
do that?
current knowledge that I don't have. So
yeah, that'd be fun.
He's all
That'd
up on the Bat family and all that. Yeah, we might have to do that, Derek.
I might have some questions for you, Derek. Well, we need to have you on as a guest to chit chat about because I have questions about some of the Bat family stuff, actually. Like Cassandra Cain and all that kind of stuff. So,
right.
Anyway, yes. I love assassin stories. So one of my favorite stories within Batman was when it was the whole when he was coming back. What was that series called? After he got his back broken, Night Quest. Night Quest was the follow up, and that was my first introduction to Lady Shiva. And I was like, ooh, this is really cool. And so anyway, that's kind of the dealio.
Oh my gosh, they have trade paperbacks of both Nightfall and Night Quest. Those things are huge, huge volumes.
I've got the originals. I've got the comics and stuff
somewhere. I don't know where the heck they went to.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I saw the trade paperbacks at Barnes and Noble, and I was like, my gosh, those are freaking huge. And
huge.
There was a lot of episodes to that. That was a huge crossover.
There's a huge crossover. Yeah. It was ginormous. Yep. So, all right. Well, hey, with that said, everybody, please check out our website at www.twogeeksmike.com. That's where we have our hub for everything. That leads you to our Facebook page, YouTube page, our Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is where you support us, and we use that money just to help us do the podcast. We do appreciate the support. And then also, if you want to contact us or chit chat with us, here, let me put the Ko-fi page up. If you want to go directly to our Ko-fi page, we do have a tier system. We're looking at different things on that to kind of help beef that up even more, with more content. Much more better. Always trying to make it much more better. But if you want to contact us, ask us questions or anything, email is at show@twogeeksmike.com as well. So with that, Mike, is there anything else I'm missing? I feel like what? Discord? Oh, Discord. Yeah. So we've got our Discord page. If you sign up at any tier, right, it does an auto thing. How did you guys do that? That was pretty cool. We're old guys. We're still learning this stuff.
Megan and Angie there. They're in charge of Discord. So
I don't know if the website allowed it.
Right. So if you on Ko-fi, if you sign up at any tier, it'll allow you to any level that you enroll in, you'll get access to our Discord server. And we're still learning that and figuring out timetable wise, doing some different and fun things along with that, especially doing like some watch parties.
Yes. So I think with that said, is that all we got, Steven?
That's all I got.
All right. So with that said, over and out, and Hulk smash. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,